Hey guys, it's Sarah, and this is my service dog Bailey. And today I'm going to cover some of the different ways that you can bond with your service dog or even with a pet dog. Sarah, you know, my service dog. Hi. Good girl. Having a strong bond with your service animal is really important because they need to be able to trust you and they need to be motivated to help you even in distracting environments or when the going gets tough. And so you want to be sure that you have a good relationship from the beginning of when you get your service dog to, throughout their entire working life. And so when a prospect or a new service animal is getting to know their handler, taking time specifically to build this relationship can really set the stage for, a strong relationship down the road. Sometimes dogs can get stressed or burned out or maybe just attached to someone else in the household. And so it can be really good to revisit this and these bonding steps later on down the road, even when you've had your dog for a while. For pet dogs, everyone likes having a good relationship with their dog, and your dog is also more likely to listen to you if they trust you and if they feel a strong relationship with you. So tip number 1 is to feed your dog. So this seems like a no-brainer because all dogs need to eat and most of them are really food motivated, but being purposeful about feeding the dog can really help make your relationship stronger. So when I first got Bailey, I hand fed her every piece of kibble that she ate for about 2 weeks. And this might have been overkill, but it really did set the stage for a strong relationship for us. She trusted me, she wanted to listen to me, and she wanted to spend more time with me. It helps to hand feed when you're trying extra hard to build a stronger bond with your dog, but you don't always have to do this. Being consistent about being the person who puts your dog's food in the bowl can be really important too. They'll learn to know you as the giver of food, and so that'll build their trust in you and how much they want to impress and how much they are motivated to work with you. I've heard of some service dog programs even requiring that only the handler of the dog be the one to feed the dog ever, because this kind of heads off any potential bonds with other people in the household that might end up being stronger than with the handler. They want to make sure that the dog is most bonded with the handler so that they are more likely to pay attention to them rather than someone else in the house. It helps them know who they should be paying attention to and listening to most of the time. Tip number 2 is to hold your dog's chew. Most of us give our dogs a chew from time to time, either for dental health or for fun. And it can kind of help how food does. One way to take this a step further than just being the one to give your dog the chew is to actually hold the chew while they're working on this. This can be a little bit icky because dogs slobber a lot and some chews are not the most comfortable thing to hold. But it can really take your relationship, that one step further that you're looking for. It makes you part of the process and they connect you with the entire chewing process. And they're chewing because they enjoy it and because they're having a good time. So then they associate you with that. It also teaches them to trust you. If you're holding the chew and you're keeping it stable the same way they would be using their paws to keep it stable, it makes them trust that you're not just going to take it away, you're not going to make the process harder, you're helping them enjoy this chew. I typically do this with Bailey whenever she has a dental chew because she gets a little bit overexcited and tries to swallow more than she can really swallow. So I hold on to it, 1, to make sure that she doesn't choke on it or anything, and 2, to make sure that I'm part of the process and that she's enjoying it with me. And a bonus, if you do this with dental chews, if your dog tends to chew on one side more than the other, you can kind of force them to use their non-dominant side. When I wanted to spend some extra quality time with Bailey, I'll make sure to do this with her Kongs or other chews and toys that she's using. Just a disclaimer, this definitely does not work with all dogs depending on their personality and their chewing style. You definitely don't want to do this with any dog that has any resource guarding issues because that could lead to some aggressive behavior, and we don't want anyone getting bitten. I also wouldn't try this with any brand new dog. You want to make sure that you're doing this once you already have a comfort level with them, once they already trust you to hold the chew while they're chewing it. But it can really take your relationship further once you have that already established comfort level. Tip number 3 is to play with your dog. Again, this is a no-brainer. Playing with your dog makes them associate that fun and enjoyment with you. They trust you enough to play with you and to let down their guard. For service dogs, it helps them de-stress and learn to not be working all the time. It lets them take a break. And because of this, it can help prevent burnout if you play with them regularly. Every dog has a different play style, and so you're going to want to learn what your dog loves and see how you can be a part of that. So for example, Bailey loves to play tug, and she loves running around with sticks and eating sticks. So to play with Bailey, I play tug with her, I throw sticks for her, and I hype her up so she can roll in the grass because she loves rolling around. You want to adapt how you're trying to play with your dog to how your dog actually likes to play. You're not forcing them to play or anything like that. You are helping them play. Some other dogs might prefer fetch or wrestling or playing with stuffed toys. The idea is really to adapt to your dog's play style. Some of these can be a little challenging if you have some different disabilities. So using flirt poles, chuckets, even doggy puzzles or Kongs can really help you play with them in a less physically intense way if that's something you have trouble with. Play with your dog and your dog will like you. Who knew? Tip number 4 is to cuddle or sleep with your dog. Physical contact means a lot to dogs, even if it's passively sitting together on the couch or cuddling in bed or sleeping at night together. Spending time touching your dog and cuddling with them helps them trust you more and helps them enjoy their time with you. Not everyone likes having a dog in their bed at night or on their couch, and I totally understand that, but taking the time to have that physical contact with your dog can mean a lot to them. So I do sleep with Bailey. I do let her cuddle on the couch with me. Even letting her hang out on my lap or by my feet sometimes is that passive physical contact that she just wants. Tip number 5 is to pet and massage your dogs. Like the last tip, physical contact can be really important in building a relationship with your dog, and they can really enjoy that physical contact. By petting them regularly or even giving them little doggy massages, which I like to think of as super petting sessions, you can help your service dog or even your pet dog trust you more and love you. They associate the joy and love and comfort they get from pets with you, and they learn to trust you more. You're touching them, you're showing them that your touch is something that is good and something that they want, and not something that they should distrust. They'll want to be around you more if you pet them more. I pet Bailey when I'm at home, but I also use pets as a regular reward while she's working. She loves physical contact. And sometimes it'll work just as good as giving her a treat if I give her, a scratch around the ear or a butt scratch after she's done something good. It keeps her motivated to keep working, and it makes her happy when she's doing her job. Tip number 6 is to go on adventures. Exploring new places is great for building a dog's confidence, and doing it with you associates that confidence boost with trusting you and building comfort, exploring new places with you. Service dogs especially need to trust their handler in new situations. And so going on adventures, hikes in the wilderness, public access in new places, or even walking somewhere new can all help them build their confidence, generalize their skills to new places, and trust you because you're the one taking them to those places and you're building their comfort there. As a plus, this also proves your dog's training. So you're doing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're helping them build their relationship with you, and you're helping their training be more stable. Since going new places in the middle of a pandemic is a little bit rough, Bailey and I have been going on adventures together by going for hikes as often as we can and exploring new places that way. Tip number 7 is to train your dog. Service dogs have to be incredibly intelligent to do their work, so they love to learn new things and they need to be kept mentally active. Training your dog can keep their mind engaged and keep them happy. It helps them stay motivated to focus on you at more times than just during the training session. And it's also really important to reinforce their service training. That way they don't lose any of their skills. Training sessions don't need to cover tasks or public access, but they can. If you just want to do fun tricks to help build your bond with your dog, that's great too. This can also work with pet dogs, since all dogs need to be kept mentally active to stay happy. Tip number 8 is to help your dog face their fears or discomforts. Part of training your service dog means helping them through things that make them uncomfortable. Especially when training for public access, it is not uncommon for service dogs to get spooked by different things that they encounter. The trick is to help them get past these fears and to trust in their handler and be confident in new situations. When Bailey gets spooked by a weird object or texture that she's walking on out in the world, we use it as a training opportunity. By doing this, she learns to trust me when I say something is safe. She learns to be more confident everywhere we go. She also learns that she can keep her focus and calm in a wide range of situations, so it's great for her service dog training as well. Pet dogs can also have discomforts and fears, and even though you're not doing public access with them, you can also help them be more confident and trust you more by noticing what they're afraid of and helping them work past it. Tip number 9 is to be consistent. Keeping your expectations for your dog consistent helps them to trust you more. Dogs love predictability. It helps them to know what to expect from you, which allows them to put their full trust in what you say and what you're asking of them, and for them to stick to your commands when you ask them to do something. It can be really easy to go soft on your expectations over time, so this is an important one to revisit once in a while. Whenever I run into any training issues with Bailey, consistency and expectations is the first thing I review to make sure we're on the same page. Tip number 10 is to respect their space and limitations. Through all this, it's really important to recognize that all dogs have their own personalities and expectations. Some of these tips ask you to be purposeful in how you get in your dog's space. Still pay attention to their body language and don't push them too far. Disrespecting your dog's warning signs and stress signals and pushing them too far can actually lead to a worse relationship with you instead of a stronger one like you're trying to build. And that can make it even harder to build a stronger relationship down the line. Do your research on what stressed dog body language looks like and learn how to read your own dog specifically so that you can take a step back when you need to. If you listen to your dog when they're communicating their limitations, they'll learn to trust you, and they'll learn to trust that you can understand their limitations in the future as well. Having a strong relationship with your dog can help you make strides in training and make time that you spend with them even more enjoyable for both of you. Thank you for supporting my channel and for watching this video. I hope you have a great time bonding with your pup, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I woke Bailey up from her nap so that she could say goodbye to you all as well. Thanks for watching!